Welcome back to the channel, you gorgeous lot. And if you're in the market for a reel that's not just affordable, good looking and performs on any type of venue in the UK or abroad, then Sonik might just have the hero product you're looking for. Now these Hero FRS reels are starting to be a must-have for so many anglers because they're so versatile and user-friendly, and they offer lots of advantages over your standard big pit reels. So whether you're fishing for all types of specimen and any size specimen fish, these are perfect. Whether you're on the rivers, the canals, or trawling on big waters like 𝗦𝗶𝗵𝗵𝗏 in the Lake District, or sat comfy at linear or stalking round a local farmer's pond. These reels just do everything. Now, one of many reasons why a reel like this is so popular throughout the world is because of the double drag system. So these type of reels, they have a main drag system on the top for playing the fish, and they have a free spool drag system on the back. So you use that when it's on the rest or on your bite alarms, and the fish has that initial run and when it feels little to no resistance at all. Whereas on the big pit reels, you only have one drag system, and that's all controlled at the top of the spool. So you have to set it when the rod is on the alarms or on the rest, lift into the fish, and then reset it to engage that battle. Now, to set up this type of drag system, it's really simple. So your main drag is obviously adjustable at the top of the spool, and you set that for whatever tension you want to play the fish on, subject to the specimens you're after and obviously the breaking straight. I'm on 15-pound line, and that's probably about right for playing a fish. Once it's obviously set up there, you flick this bit here to engage the rear drag system, and then you can tweak it at the back here to the tension. So whatever tension you want your fish to run at, you can just tighten it or loosen it up here. And then when you lift the rod like that, you'll turn the handle, which will then flick the free spool over, and that immediately engages the main drag system. And then you're all set to admire the battle curve and hopefully guide that king of the pond into your net. Now, if you are a fan of Sonik, you're not going to need much convincing to take a look at these. However, if you haven't seen much of Sonik before and you're wondering why you should purchase these reels over any others, let me run through some of the things I would look for if I was looking to purchase these. So what makes Sonik reels so reliable is their worm shaft gearing system. And on these reels, their gear ratio is 4.6.1, and they have 5+1 ball bearings. And this tech spec basically controls everything from the oscillation to the line lay to the fish playing action and the volume of line that can be retrieved per turn of the reel handle. So line lay is important because it helps improve casting distances. So if your gearing system isn't up to scratch on a reel, the line lay is affected. So if you can imagine poor line lays when the line overlaps itself and embeds it into itself. Whereas good line lay allows the line to come off the spool with less resistance, aiding in longer casting and more accurate chucks. And then you've got the retrieve on these reels. So the line retrieval is 1.10 meters per turn of the handle, which just gives you so many advantages in speed and power. Right, and then we've got this. So this is a floating line guard, and what this does, this stops the line going behind the spool, because if there was ever anything to ruin your day, it's your line going behind the spool, because it causes untold amounts of loops and knots and things that you would never imagine possible in your life. When the line goes behind the spool, it is the biggest aggro ever. You get grease all over your line, you can lose fish, it can cause crack-offs when you're fishing. It's just, in fact, if a reel doesn't have a line guard anymore, chuck it in a bin, get it gone, because nobody needs that type of negativity in their life. So the fact that the FRS Hero reels from Sonik have got a floating line guard is a right touch. Now, when it comes to the weight of these reels, they are super lightweight for the reels of this size. And that's because they have a graphite body and rotor, which keeps these reels as lightweight as possible to balance your fishing setup and just make the whole experience more enjoyable. The 8000 comes in at 624 grams and the 10,000 comes in at 652 grams. They also have 2 spring-loaded line clips which are designed for casting to spots more accurately, and also when packing the rods down at the end of the session. The spool capacity on both these reels is 700 metres at 0.30, 500 metres at 0.35 and 400 metres at 0.40. There are spare spools available in the range for the 10,000 and the 8,000. However, if you did want more line capacity, there is an extra deep spool available for the 10,000 model. Now the cosmetics on these reels Sonik have just got right. There's a sleek matte black finish and a nice strong anodised aluminium handle, which you would normally expect on reels twice the price of these. And as green is such a carpy colour, the additional graphics blend in nicely with your setup and finish the reels off nicely. Now I've had a look online and you can get these for about $79.99, and that's for the 8,000 model. For the 10,000 model, you can pick these up for $89.99, and those are 2 great price points for the quality of these reels and the fact it's got a dual drag system. So go and check them out at your local Sonik stockist, because I can guarantee you won't be disappointed. Failing that, you can go over to the Sonik website where you can get a bit more information on these and probably find something that suits your everyday angling needs. Well, thank you very much for watching. Please give the video a thumbs up for me, and don't forget to subscribe to CARPology TV if you haven't done so already. But that's all from me, because I'm off fishing.